Now on 4 News Now, why children may start seeing better child care in Idaho after a massive boost to funding.
I'm tracking a cool, showery weekend, and the changes are already underway. When the first raindrops will fall in the First Alert forecast.
It's Juneteenth. We will take you live to some of the fun that is happening around Spokane today to honor the federal holiday. You are watching a special edition of 4 News Now. And thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We're here for an hour early special edition of 4 News Now because of Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Coverage will start at 5.
I'm Jordan Smith filling in for Derek tonight. The Indiana Pacers taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. If OKC wins, it'll be their first championship title in franchise history. A lot on the line for them tonight. And join us after the game for a special edition of 4 News Now here for the local news afterwards. Today it does mark Juneteenth, a celebration of freedom and a commemoration of the emancipation of slavery in the United States. Here in Spokane, dozens gathered at Grant Park to honor, reflect, and celebrate the significance of this day. Well, the celebration is coming to a close at Grant Park. Marissa Rio joins us there now live. And Marissa, you were there earlier when the celebration was in full swing. How was that?
Jordan, Kirsten, it's been a lively afternoon here in Grant Park. As you mentioned, the celebration is winding down, but as you can see, there are still quite a few people and quite a few booths still here today. This space has been packed with music, food, and community. And while this celebration has brought joy for many, it's also held a deeper meaning.
Welcome to Juneteenth. We appreciate you all being here.
A wave of excitement washed over Grant Park as the community gathered to celebrate Juneteenth, commemorating the ending of slavery in the United States.
Juneteenth means celebration of family and freedom. The way the environment is right now, community is important. We all need to come together and understand what each other is going through.
And that's exactly what Spokane did. The community came together from all backgrounds to celebrate freedom and unity. The park was lined with Juneteenth booths from local NAACP leaders to legal resources and organizations promoting diversity and inclusion. There was live music, food, bounce houses for kids, and for many families, it was also a chance to educate the next generation.
It's a day that we can celebrate and recognize that no more bondage, no more slave, no more chains. And so for me and my family, it's just important that I keep that heritage going and keep that knowledge embedded into their lives.
Lakeisha Davis's daughter is already carrying that message forward.
The history of Black people and how they overcame slavery and got their freedom and were free and got their rights.
Reflection was a common theme in today's celebration.
A time for us to come together and reminisce about what our ancestors had to endure, to go through. Understanding, to me, this is my 4th of July.
Tonight at 6, the NAACP will continue these conversations with a fireside chat at Gonzaga. For more information, go to our website at KXLY.com. Live from Grant Park, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Still a lot of people out enjoying the Juneteenth celebration. Let's get to our First Alert forecast because we didn't have as much wind today, which was kind of nice, actually, for all of those Juneteenth celebrations. But we do have some changes on the way.
And we'll send things over to meteorologist Chris Crocker. Chris, what can you tell us here?
Well, it was a beautiful day and continues to be so. Our live view over downtown Spokane, sun blue sky along with the clouds, much calmer conditions across the region, which is a bit of a relief. So are these temperatures. We're down right about average, 72 in Spokane, 75 in Coeur d'Alene. In the comfort zone, I find the 70s tend to make the most people happy most of the time. 69 in Pullman, it's 77 in Lewiston. We are going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow and a lot cooler heading into the weekend. Right now, it is not a cloudless sky on the leading edge of the system that is going to bring us those changes. We're seeing some clouds streaming through, and that will continue to be the case overnight tonight and through the day tomorrow as well, except those clouds are going to start producing some rain during the day tomorrow. In the meantime, enjoy a dry and very pleasant evening. light winds, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s until about 7 o'clock. And then we'll start cooling down. I will be back with your Friday forecast and let you know how cool it's going to get this weekend in just a few minutes.
We're looking forward to it. Chris, thanks for that. SWAT was called to a home near East Illinois Street for a search warrant this morning. Police say that they were there responding to a court order violation where a male suspect was refusing to leave the residence. When the SWAT team arrived, they were able to safely bring that suspect into custody.
Well, a boost in state funding hopes to be a turning point for families across Idaho as the Department of Health and Welfare gets the money to invest in a major hiring spree aimed at keeping more families together and children out of the foster care system. Our Alexandra Konyarts explains why the community says the timing of this investment could not be more urgent.
Our social workers are completely bogged down with current cases.
Angela Gifford works with Village of Hope, an organization that works closely with the Department of Health and Welfare, trying to bridge the gap between government aid and the needs of foster families.
Their goal is to make the whole foster care experience better for the child. That is done through offering a wide array of services, including letting families take anything that you see around me here in this clothing closet.
Because most foster kids leave with only what's on their back.
According to the latest data from the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, there are currently 148 children in foster care in the Panhandle. But in 2023, the region had around 3,200 reports of abuse and neglect.
Kids might enter care, but you have thousands of reports that they're having to investigate and work through.
This new state funding hopes to address that by focusing on prevention work so families in need can get additional support when in a time of crisis.
We have a whole bunch of families who are on the edge. And these are families that we are trying to keep out of coming into the system altogether. And we do that with prevention services.
Through these funds, the Panhandle region will get an additional 10 new family service workers. For Gifford, the timing of this could not be more urgent.
To put more social workers in the field is extremely important.
In Coeur d'Alene, Alexandra Konyarts, 4 News Now.
Well, some good news this afternoon for those that commute over the Lost Creek Bridge.
Yeah, after some quick repairs, it's back open. The construction isn't completely done yet, but teams have opened one lane for drivers to cross over the bridge and detour signs have been removed. The bridge was closed while work was being done to replace a steel girder, and it will be reduced to a single lane through the week when work is expected to finish up. We still have lots to tell you about on this special edition of 4 News Now.
Now, tariffs back in the news again here. This time, how recent tariffs could impact your 4th of July plans. That's coming up later.
And a strange trend of pizza deliveries sent to lawmakers and judges raised several security concerns.
And we finally know more about when we will hear President Trump's decision on U.S. involvement in Iran. That's coming up next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has replaced worn-out and difficult-to-use windows and doors, improving not just the windows, but the entire home improvement process. Our focus on quality and performance has helped us install over 10 million windows. We've led the way since the beginning, and we keep raising the bar. Our windows and doors are custom-built using our exclusive Fibrex material, designed for beauty, performance, and lasting durability. They're installed by certified master installers and backed by the nation's best warranty. Join our 30th anniversary celebration and save. Renewal by Andersen is your best choice for window and door replacements. Call now for big savings during our 30th anniversary sales event. It's our biggest event of the year with exclusive savings on our most energy-efficient windows and doors. Hurry, offer ends soon. Renewal by Andersen. 30 years of craft, care, and gratitude.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
Hi.
Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
The White House today said President Trump will decide within the next 2 weeks whether to strike Iran. There's still hope negotiations can achieve U.S. and Israeli goals for Iran to shut down its nuclear weapons program.
And today, Iran fired a massive barrage of missiles into Israel. ABC's Alex Brachet has the latest from Washington.
President Trump today holding out hope for a diplomatic resolution to the nuclear crisis with Iran.
I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks."
Briefed today in the Situation Room for the 3rd straight day, sources tell ABC News the president has approved attack plans against Iran should military action be necessary.
Is he saying that if Iran does not come back to the negotiating table within the next 2 weeks, that the president will strike?
The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very clear and direct.
Sources also tell ABC News the president is getting briefed on specific weapons that potentially would be involved in any strike. What military assets are also needed in the area to protect U.S. troops in the region. The U.S. military is pre-positioning aircraft carriers in strike groups in the region and overnight evacuating American diplomats from Israel. And today, a barrage of Iranian missiles hitting targets inside of Israel, including this direct strike on a major hospital. The blast sent staff running for their lives. They evacuated patients just days ago.
This morning, we understood how lucky or how smart was this decision.
And in Tel Aviv, at least 240 people were injured when Iranian missiles hit a high-rise. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu incensed.
They're targeting civilians because they're a criminal regime. They're the arch terrorists of the world.
The IDF responding today by striking dozens of sites in Iran, including a key nuclear reactor capable of producing low-grade plutonium. These satellite images showing the before and after.
And tomorrow in Geneva, representatives from France, Germany, and Britain will meet with Iran's foreign minister to try to find a diplomatic solution to the conflict. Alex Brachet, ABC News, Washington.
A lot to keep an eye on moving forward, and it is going to cost you more to fill up your tank. Gas prices are going up because of the conflict in the Middle East, but it's not just regular gas prices that are rising. The price of diesel also expected to soar.
Yeah, that means it's going to cost companies more to fill up trucks that are transporting goods like groceries. An expert with Gas Buddies says the national average for a gallon of regular gas could go up between 10 to 25 cents over the next few weeks. As of Wednesday, the national average for a regular gallon of gas was $3.19. That's up 7 cents from last week, according to AAA. The price of diesel could increase by as much as 40 cents over the next 2 weeks as well. And when diesel prices rise, experts say consumers can see prices across the board go up because it costs companies more to transport goods.
If this situation continues to spiral out of control, you could see businesses that rely on things like crude oil, diesel, jet fuel, and gasoline start to incur a much more increased cost, and that could eventually filter down to motorists.
The good news here, though, is Gas Buddy does not predict gas prices to rise as much as they did last summer. Well, a SpaceX rocket being tested in Texas exploded Wednesday night, sending a huge plume of smoke and flames high into the sky. The company said the Starship experienced a major anomaly at about 11 p.m.
Yeah, and while that test stands preparing for the 10th flight test at the Starbase, you can see in this video here the moment the aircraft experiences the failure and the explosion that follows. A safety clear area around the site was maintained throughout the operation, and all personnel are safe. They are accounted for. SpaceX said in a statement on the social platform X. The company said it's working with local officials to respond to the explosion. Well, there are new concerns about the safety and security of congressional lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, as well as members of the Capitol Police.
Yeah, investigators say pizzas have been delivered to their homes, but they never ordered them. ABC's Lionel Moise has the story.
This morning, authorities are investigating anonymous pizza deliveries sent to members of Congress and the people who protect them. Sources tell ABC News multiple lawmakers, both Democrats and Republicans, along with U.S. Capitol Police leaders, have received unsolicited pizzas at their homes. The deliveries likely aimed at sending the message, "We know where you live."
It's not a laughing matter.
Capitol Police saying these recent pizza deliveries are troubling and yet again bring to light the heightened threat landscape we are living in. Security in the spotlight after those shootings targeting Democrats in Minnesota last weekend. And now police confirming a break-in at the home of slain lawmaker Melissa Hortman, saying someone entered the home overnight Wednesday. As for the pizza deliveries, though many arrived last weekend, the deliveries were first a concern years ago.
Even Justice Amy Coney Barrett's family has been reportedly receiving unsolicited pizza deliveries.
Federal Judge Esther Salas' son was murdered in 2020 by a gunman posing as a delivery driver. In April, she told ABC News hundreds of judges around the country have also received pizzas, some ordered in her son's name.
And that says what? I know where you live. My son is now being used to really send threats to judges.
Capitol Police now working with state and federal partners to track down who's behind the deliveries as lawmakers demand tighter security.
We must take immediate steps to ensure the safety of members, and that includes increased funding.
Capitol Police are now asking Congress for a 22% increase in funding. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
4 things to know about your weather. Our cool down starts Friday. Actually, it's already underway, but will drop more dramatically Friday. Possible showers tomorrow, heading into a cool, showery weekend. The warm weather returns next week. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
At More Furniture, our 2025 M. Lily premium mattresses have arrived, and all 2024 M. Lily models must go. Get factory direct pricing on the entire lineup starting at $399, including free shipping. That's a minimum of 33% off, with some models priced at even greater savings. Whether you prefer a cooler mattress like the Harmony Chill, the breathability of the WellFlex, or the unparalleled support of the Cairo Pro Hybrid, you'll find your perfect premium mattress. Visit More Furniture and take home your favorite M. Lily mattress today.
Dupixent helps people with asthma breathe better. So this is better. That too. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Dupixent's not for sudden breathing problems. It helps prevent asthma attacks. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. When you can get more out of your lungs, you can do more with less asthma. And isn't that better? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Olympus Living of the Spokane Valley. Independent and assisted living for adults 55 plus.
Welcome back. Really amazing weather that we saw here today. I was able to run my dog this morning. Usually this time of year, I mean, you know Penny, she's a thick husky. Like, she doesn't like to go far. The heat slows her down a lot of the time. Today, it was so cool. She was just blitzing for 3 miles. So it was super nice. So she really enjoyed the weather being a little bit cooler, a little bit nicer.
Work out too.
Yeah, I got dragged behind. It was trying to keep up with Penny.
Well, good for her and you. Yeah. And yes, I find the 70s are pleasing to just about everyone. Here's a look at our current conditions. What a pretty sky over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena right now. Those alto cumulus scattered through the upper level winds, looking a little like a mackerel. I love it. 72 degrees right now. It's 75 in Coeur d'Alene. A little more overcast, looking over the Veterans Memorial Bridge there on I-90, where looks like everybody is behaving themselves and going nice and slow through the construction area. Hour by hour, your Friday forecast, and this is a little bit of a tricky one. We are going to see our winds picking up a bit, not like yesterday, but we could have those 20-mile-per-hour gusts, 25-mile-per-hour gusts at times, and we have at least a slight chance of showers as early as 8 a.m. Much more likely, we'll see a little bit of rain developing in the noon hour. We're going to keep a chance of showers going throughout the day, but most of Friday is going to be dry. We just can't rule out a passing shower at any point through the afternoon and early evening. High temperatures tomorrow in the 60s, slipping below average for the first time this month. It has been a nice warm month, and we are going to be in the 60s for tomorrow and even cooler on Saturday. So we have a 40% chance of measurable rain tomorrow. Saturday, that goes up to 70%, 60 on Sunday, and the chance of showers and thunderstorms on Monday. I don't think we're going to have any day-long events down in the valleys. There will be long breaks in between these showers, so if you do need to go run the dog or do some yard work, you will get some breaks, and we'll be able to fine-tune the timing on those breaks a little bit better tomorrow. And then here is a look at some of the precipitation totals I expect between now and Monday at 5 o'clock when we finally begin drying out. Some good beneficial rains, especially up along the Canadian border into western Montana, where we have been running well below average precipitation-wise, but also measurable rain in Coeur d'Alene all the way through the parched Columbia Basin. Meanwhile, high temperatures tomorrow, 60s and 70s, 68 in Spokane, still warm, 74 in Lewiston, will be at 74 in Moses Lake, 67 in Sandpoint, and 66 degrees in Coeur d'Alene, Hayden, and Post Falls. We'll be in the 70s in downtown Spokane and Spokane Valley, 71 in 9 Mile and Meade. Then we drop down into the 50s for Saturday before we start warming back up. The 80s return. This white line is our average high. 3 days of below average temperatures. 3 days where we have a very good chance of rain, actually 4, and then we are dry and into the sunshine. Summer officially starts tomorrow night. Interesting timing with that big cool down on the way, Jordan and Kirsten.
Absolutely, and some much needed rain. We're looking forward to that, Chris. Well, as you would expect, fireworks will play a major part of the 4th of July celebrations in just a couple weeks here, but a vast majority of those pyrotechnics come from China.
And with tariffs on products from China, the price of fireworks is kind of a wild card. That goes for this year and potentially next year, too. Carter Landis reports from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
What's more American than fireworks? We literally use them to celebrate our independence every year.
Many fireworks dealers have already purchased their fireworks for the 2025 summer season. But they say with the tariff announcements earlier this year, the process for buying them was hectic.
The biggest thing that we had was, what are we going to, like, how much is each tent going to do? Is it going to affect us 20%? Is it going to affect us 30%? Is it not going to affect us at all if it gets dropped?
Jason Lambrecht, owner of Good Stuff Fireworks, set up in a tent on the corner of KL Avenue and Drake Road, says it's a winter project to figure out which fireworks to buy and how many. With the news of the tariffs and the nonstop changing, he placed the order earlier than usual.
We just went with what we knew that we are good sellers and that we could get in.
Experts say not this 4th of July, but the next one could be more of an issue. The tariff announcement was made earlier this year, but Ed Vassell of the National Fireworks Association anticipates customers seeing the full effects next 4th of July.
If you've got a shortage and higher demand with the 250th anniversary of the USA being next year, then and with add in the tariffs and the shipping, and all signs seem to be pointing to the consumer seeing their first taste of the tariff effect on retail prices going into next year.
For now, Lambrecht advises people buying their fireworks for this 4th of July to evaluate prices at different locations so they're getting good value.
That way you know that you're getting the best value for what you've got out there, because they could be all over the place. We just don't know.
Well, we will wait and see.
Yeah, I guess
Video
so.
game fans, maybe also fans of fireworks, who knows, are not going to be happy about this.
No, millions of dollars of video game consoles were stolen off of a truck in Colorado. Details on what those thieves took and how much of that product was worth coming up here.
Plus, the National Transportation Safety Board puts out a bulletin warning of a deadly security flaw on Boeing planes.
And we hear the final verdict in the Karen Read trial, how that not guilty verdict was reached. That's up next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Win a dream giveaway at cda4.fun.
It's the 45th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 45% off.
And get special financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 45 wonderful years.
If your windows, entry door, or patio doors haven't been checked in years, they could be costing you, especially as the weather warms up. Schedule a complimentary consultation from Renewal by Andersen. It's a simple and informative visit that gives you real insight. We'll take a look at your current windows and doors, assess the glass and frame condition, and check for drafts. We can also use a heat lamp test to identify exactly where energy might be escaping. You'll get thoughtful recommendations from our experts based on your needs, goals, and budget. And with our virtual design tool, you can even preview new styles right in your space. Improve your home's comfort, boost efficiency, and refresh your curb appeal. It starts with a simple and free visit from Renewal by Andersen. Right now, we're offering amazing financing options for every budget. Schedule a complimentary consultation with us today.
Are you in need of an update? Panhandle Carpet One is more than just flooring. We've launched our brand new Cabinet Design Center and remodel showroom. From custom cabinetry and stunning flooring options, our experts bring your dream space to life. Hardwood, luxury vinyl, carpet, laminate, tile, window treatments, and cabinets. Panhandle Carpet One Floor and Home. Now your destination for floors, cabinets, and complete home style. Visit us on West Appleway or start designing at panhandlecarpet1coeurdalane.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Welcome back. Karen Read is facing more legal trouble in a civil lawsuit from her late boyfriend's family.
And it comes after she was acquitted by a jury yesterday of his murder. Rena Roy has the latest on the case out of Massachusetts that's captured nationwide attention.
Defendant not guilty or guilty? Cheers from the streets heard in the courtroom in Dedham, Massachusetts, as the jury announced they found Karen Reed not guilty of murdering her Boston police officer boyfriend John O'Keefe in 2022.
I could not be standing here without these amazing supporters who have supported me and my team financially and, more importantly, emotionally for almost 4 years.
While the jury found her not guilty of the two more serious charges, Reed was convicted of driving under the influence. The sentence, a year of probation.
I fought for John O'Keefe harder than anyone.
Hours after the verdict, Reed, her family, and defense team seen at a dinner last night in Boston.
We're numb. We're numb. We're happy. We're numb. We're celebrating.
Prosecutors accused Reed of ramming her SUV into O'Keefe after a night of drinking, saying she left him to die in a blizzard outside a party that included other law enforcement. The first trial last year ended in a mistrial.
I'd say this time the prosecutors did a better, stronger job than they did the first time. So what's the difference? The jury. You get a different makeup of jurors in every single case, and in this case, you found a jury who unanimously came back in her favor, with the exception of the one drunk driving charge.
The defense alleges O'Keefe was beaten that night inside this house, attacked by the family dog, and dragged outside. And that lead homicide investigator, Michael Proctor, helped cover it up, an allegation Proctor has denied. O'Keefe's family and friends also gathering after the verdict was announced, many wearing blue shirts and his badge number 2490.
Johnny deserved much more than this. This circus, it's unacceptable. But you respect the jury's decision. It's what it is.
Karen Reed still has more legal troubles to face, with the O'Keefe family filing a wrongful death civil lawsuit against her. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
The National Transportation Safety Board is issuing a rare urgent safety bulletin warning of potential problems with the Boeing 737 MAX. The recommendation follows 2 incidents on Southwest Airlines flights that hit birds. The NTSB found issues with the engines that, when damaged, can cause smoke to enter the cabin and cockpit. Smoke in the cockpit is classified as an extreme danger in aviation, as it can overcome and incapacitate pilots. The NTSB is asking the Federal Aviation Administration to inform flight crews of airplanes with these engines to be aware of the potential issue.
Colorado authorities are investigating the theft of more than 2,800 Nintendo Switch 2 game consoles. The Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office says earlier this week a semi-truck driver called to report that his trailer had been broken into. Several pallets of newly released Switch consoles were gone. Each console priced at just under $500. The value of that theft put at more than $1.2 million. The driver said he was on the way to a GameStop store in Grapevine, Texas, but was unaware of the exact cargo. Investigators aren't sure what city the gaming systems were stolen in. You're watching a special edition of 4 News Now.
And still ahead, the world of surgical medicine could be getting a big shakeup, using robots to conduct surgeries remotely. We'll tell you how it works coming up.
And our Extreme team hard at work again with helping the renovations of Caritas Food Bank. A tour of the new facility coming up.
Plus, why one neighborhood is looking to create a creative hub in Spokane. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
When you want to feel clean and soft, try new Dial Healthy Hydration Body Wash with skin-friendly ingredients. It deeply cleans and hydrates in one shower for confidence to get closer. Dial up your clean.
If you are over 50, how would you describe your neck when you look in the mirror?
They don't tell you that once you turn 50, your neck starts to get wrinkles.
Very, very saggy. Very bad, crepey neck that I was always very self-conscious of.
As we age, our necks can make us look older. But now, there's a breakthrough. It's called
Decladerm, a new clinically studied topical cream, can help improve the look of wrinkly, crepey skin on your neck in as little as 4 weeks.
I found Decladerm. It works so well on your neck area. I can't tell you how much I recommend it.
As a licensed esthetician, my favorite product to recommend for the neck is this Decladerm Neck Firming Cream. So what you get is a formula that gives the neck a firm and lifted appearance with virtually no discomfort.
I'm Dr. Jessica Berge, a board-certified dermatologist. Decladerm is clinically studied to have your neck area looking firm and lifted in as little as 4 weeks.
Get Decladerm for only $19.95. Plus, get free shipping. Visit Decladerm.com or call the number on your screen.
The 4th of July sale at Furniture Row is on now, and the savings are explosive. Shop and explore the largest selection of sofas and sectionals, dining groups and bar stools, bedroom sets, kids' beds, and mattresses, all at the lowest prices guaranteed. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Score doorbusters before they're gone. Or get 60 months, no interest. The 4th of July sale on now at Furniture Row.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Well, today is the first day of the Hilliard Art Walk.
Organizers say that this event was a way for the neighborhood to reintroduce itself to the Spokane community. Madeline Mullins is there live, and Madeline shows us about what's going on around the Art Walk.
Well, the Art Walk is all set up, and there's art being showcased in businesses all along this street right here. There's live music, and there's people walking around checking out the neighborhood, which was the whole point of this Art Walk, to bring people out to Hilliard who maybe have not been here before. And this Art Walk is also a step on the path towards Hilliard being designated as a creative district. In Washington, 20 communities across the state are considered creative districts. These are places that get help from the state to develop the area, boost the local economy, bring in new visitors, and showcase itself as a creative hub. And Hilliard hopes to earn that designation by August.
Hilliard is a community that rallies and that cares about each other. And so this whole event, this is kind of our first reintroduction as part of the creative district to show that we want everyone involved and we want this to be a bigger picture opportunity for Hilliard.
Hilliard is also known as a historic district, and so part of becoming a creative district means highlighting the history in Hilliard and honoring the families and the people who have lived here before and made the neighborhood what it is. And when I talked to business owners today, they all had so much pride in their neighborhood, and they really want to show it with everyone else in the community. So if you're interested in coming out to the Art Walk, it's going on till 7 tonight. Live in Hilliard, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
All right, Madeline, thank you. Let's check back in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker.
And by the looks of it, it's starting to get a little bit cloudy outside.
Still beautiful today.
Yeah.
I think we will be seeing some clouds soon. And it's good, Chris, because we had our friend's birthday party today, and it's over. It's time for the flowers to have a party.
Yes, and they are going to. And we've hopefully given you a lot of notice. The first to alert you of these changes. We've been talking about them for more than a week now, and they are on the way. I want to go back and just show you that we have these clouds streaming in. This is our visible satellite that will filter our late day sun. Should be a beautiful sunset, just enough clouds to create that pretty pink color on the horizon. But there is more activity moving in as we get into the weekend. We've been watching this upper level trough out in the Gulf of Alaska working its way down the Canadian coast and will be swinging into our region soon. Already impacting us by bringing those clouds in. We'll see our first chance of showers tomorrow, and then it really settles in for the weekend, bringing cooler than average conditions and hit and miss showers. There will be breaks. Great time to download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app. It's like having a meteorologist focused in right where you live, exactly your address. Kind of creepy almost when I put it that way, but it is stalking you and it will tell you exactly when it's going to rain where you live. In general, we have a chance of showers throughout the day. Tomorrow, a high of 68, 74 is our average high. That temperature is going to drop more than 10 degrees this weekend. I'll let you know when to expect the cool weather in just a few minutes, Jordan.
It's stalking us. I love that, Chris. The Caritas Food Bank is fully open and serving dozens of families thanks to some help from the Extreme team.
Yeah, the food bank says it's able to double the amount of families they can serve, and the need for food is still growing. Derek Strom went to Caritas today, which had a long line as soon as it opened.
To be able to serve people, that's what we're about.
Dozens of families are coming to the Caritas Food Bank now that it's fully remodeled and moved into a much larger space. The shelves are stocked with plenty of fresh, healthy food, and the refrigerators are full of milk and cheese. There was already a line when the food bank opened.
My clients no longer have to stand outside in the elements. At our old location, they were out there in the snow, in the rain, and the wind. Now they can come in, have a seat, and get out of those elements.
The larger space also means they can bring more families into the food bank. The only limit to how many people they can serve is how many volunteers come in to help each client.
We have, seniors and children and just the working people that are underemployed, that need help with having good, nutritious food.
Caritas says now that they moved into this larger space, they've been able to double the amount of families they can serve, and there's still a growing need for food banks in this community, so this larger space is much needed.
You have somebody that, say, they've just moved into the country or they've just moved into this area, thought they had a job and the job didn't pan out or was not enough to cover their expenses, and so they'll come in and take advantage of the food bank.
Caritas says it's now serving over 40 families each day it opens, and it hopes to bring in more volunteers to serve even more people. The food bank will be open Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays every week. In Spokane, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
A great story by Derek Strom and some great work by the Extreme team once again. Oh, hey, still to come here on 4 News Now, this could mark the return of a 2020 staple.
A COVID variant is expected to hit the country. What dangers this new strain could present coming up.
Plus, newly approved technology could make remote surgeries the norm. That's next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's the 4th of July sale at More Furniture with red, white, and blue savings in every department. Just in time for summer entertaining, family gatherings, and holiday celebrations. Join us this weekend and get our very best offer. No money down, subtract the sales tax, and absolutely no interest until July 2026. Plus, you'll get free white glove delivery and will remove and donate your gently used pieces locally. Visit your local More Furniture today, where everyone gets more for less.
For 30 years, Renewal by Andersen has replaced worn-out and difficult-to-use windows and doors, improving not just the windows, but the entire home improvement process. Our focus on quality and performance has helped us install over 10 million windows. We've led the way since the beginning, and we keep raising the bar. Our windows and doors are custom-built using our exclusive Fibrex material, designed for beauty, performance, and lasting durability. They're installed by certified master installers and backed by the nation's best warranty. Join our 30th anniversary celebration and save. Renewal by Andersen is your best choice for window and door replacements. Call now for big savings during our 30th anniversary sales event. It's our biggest event of the year with exclusive savings on our most energy-efficient windows and doors. Hurry, offer ends soon. Renewal by Andersen. 30 years of craft, care, and gratitude.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR on select Sierra 1500 models. Shop DaveSmith.com.
At Northern Quest, it's easy to get distracted with over 1,500 slot machines, including 392 different slot titles, all competing for your attention. A sexy Roman god here, a magical owl wizard there. Whatever's going on here. It can be a little overwhelming until you realize our slot machines pay out $167 million in annual jackpots. You're not so distracted now, are you? Northern Quest. Yes, the best.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Imagine yourself in the hospital needing surgery, but there's no surgeon in sight.
Well, one day that soon will no longer be a problem. Just a warning, though, some of the video here you're about to see is a little bit graphic. ABC News was recently invited to report on the very first FDA-approved human trial testing robotic telesurgery. In this case, a doctor in Orlando, Florida, removing prostate cancer from a patient nearly 7,000 miles away in the African country of Angola.
This is a robotic console. It's attached to a robot. And it's attached to a robot that does surgery in patients in operating rooms all over the world.
67-year-old Fernando da Silva was diagnosed with prostate cancer 3 months ago. And he lives in Angola, where treatment options are extremely limited. Da Silva needed advanced surgical treatment to remove his prostate cancer. And usually these procedures are done with the surgeon in the room. But this time, Patel and his team working to test whether it could be done remotely across the Atlantic Ocean, when what would normally be a 14-hour flight.
Feedback. I always have my team where the patient is. So in case something happened with telecom, which can, I'm sure, the team would just take over and finish the case and do it safely.
But nothing failed, and the first remote surgery was a success, a remarkable story. And now Dr. Patel plans to do more here in the future.
Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. A new coronavirus variant, however, is spreading in many parts of the world and has now arrived here in the United States.
The variant NB181, also called Nimbus, is a descendant of the Omicron strain. You might remember that one. It's been identified as the cause of COVID-19 resurgence in China and several other Asian countries. Experts in Europe are predicting a possible increase in cases there as well. And it's possible a summer wave could also happen here in the U.S. The CDC says Nimbus represented about 1/3 of new COVID-19 cases as of June 7th. That's a significant jump from just a month earlier, when the new variant represented just 5% of new cases.
Time for your camping forecast, and we're headed to Trestle Creek RV Park in Bonner County, and a 100% chance of rain on Saturday and 56 degrees. Possible thunderstorms on Sunday up around the mountains, and it is going to be raining Saturday night and into Sunday. Good day to be in an RV rather than a tent. I will be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing NeuroStim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At NeuroStim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
Do you have a favorite high school athlete that deserves special recognition? Go to KXLY.com. Vote for your favorite female and male athlete. Each winner will receive Papa Murphy's Pizza for a whole month. 4 News Now, Player of of the month, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
Talk about fireworks. Check out these offers during the 4th of July sale at Denver Mattress. Light up your sleep life with $100 off any Dr. Choice Original or $200 off any hybrid. Save $500 on the best-selling Tempur-Breeze and score a $300 gift. And check out the Summit for only $299.99. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. It's the 4th of July sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
One of the most iconic bands in rock history, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, bring the Rock Party to the Coeur d'Alene Casino live Thursday, July 31st. Visit the Coeur d'Alene Casino box office or cdacasino.com for tickets.
Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Post Falls ER and Hospital.
We are back talking about some rain in the forecast.
Absolutely. Weird weather as we start the start of summertime. Not what you'd expect,
Yes.
I wouldn't think.
No, well, there is an old-time saying that goes way back before any of us were here that summer in the inland Northwest does not start until after the 4th of July. You cannot count on summer weather. So I know there's people at home that are going, that's right. That is the saying. Let's take a look at 4 things to know. We have got a cool down that starts tomorrow. Actually started today, but we'll really feel it tomorrow. Possible showers tomorrow, and that takes us into a cool and showery weekend. It is not going to be a steady rain. You're going to get some breaks. You might even see a little bit of sunshine, and then the 80s return next week with bright blue skies and more of that summer weather that we have really gotten accustomed to. Here's our calendar so far this June. The gray days are just about average. The orange days are above average, and those 2 red days, those are record highs. Today will likely end up being a gray day. We've hit 73 so far today. Our average high 74, and we could still add a degree to that temperature this evening. 75 in Coeur d'Alene. It's been 80 in Ritzville, in the 60s in Moscow and Pullman, and 77 degrees in Lewiston. But we are dropping below average. 3 days are going to show up on that calendar with the blue. 68 Friday, down to 57 on Saturday. Then we start to warm back up, about average on Monday. And there's that summer weather in the 80s Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Along with the cool weather, we do have a chance of some precipitation Friday. Saturday looks to be our best chance of some wet weather, and especially in the late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. Possible thunderstorms on Monday, and then we dry out significantly heading into Tuesday and the rest of next week. Measurable rain, though, is a good bet across the region. Some totals more impressive than others up along the Canadian border, through North Idaho and the central panhandle, but from the Palouse up through the Columbia Basin and in the Spokane area, 1/10 of an inch, and that's all the way to Monday. So it's not exactly the soaking rain that we could really use, but it should help offset some of the dry conditions. As we mentioned, the summer solstice happens on Friday, tomorrow evening in the 7 o'clock hour. Then it does not feel like summer for the next 2 to 3 days. Possible thunderstorms Monday, and then we're drying out with some sunshine the middle of next week. Kirsten?
Getting closer to that first day of summer. Thank you, Chris. Well, tonight is Game 6 of the NBA Finals, and we are less than an hour away now from tip-off, coming up right here on ABC.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have the chance to win their first championship in franchise history tonight. They just have to get through the Indiana Pacers one more time.
And they are favored to win this one tonight to take home the title, but we obviously cannot forget about how the Pacers even got to this point. It's all thanks to those clutch moments and game-winning shots from their star Tyrese Halliburton. In fact, he's actually made 4 game-winning or game-tying shots in the Pacers postseason run, and he's helped them to quite a few large comebacks in these playoffs. The question, though, leading up to Game 6 has been about Halliburton's status. He's actually dealing with a lower leg injury he suffered in Game 5, but head coach Rick Carlisle has just said Indiana does intend to play Halliburton in this make-or-break game. But no matter who's on the court for the Pacers, guard Andrew Nembhard says the team is ready for the challenge.
It's an exciting challenge. You know, this is the things that you get excited about, you play for. It's going to be fun in here, and it's leave it all out there. It's a do or die. You don't want to regret anything.
So the Pacers are trying to make this thing a 7-game series, but if we can kind of make a bright spot on no matter what happens here, one former Zag is going to go home with an NBA title as an NBA champion. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, you're the sports reporter here. Who do you got tonight?
Oh, goodness. I have said the Pacers, I think, for like the last month and a half every time you ask me, so I think I have to stick with that.
Oh,
I can't change. I can't change.
They used to be the underdog.
They still are.
I mean, I usually cheer for them.
The underdog?
Underdog story is always good.
But Halliburton just keeps, his name is brought up every 5 seconds.
Yep, that guy's a stud. Yeah, I'm all for more sports, so hopefully there's a Game 7, but we'll find out here in just a few minutes.
Yes, we will.
All right, stay with us. We'll be back. Chris has one last look at weather before we say goodbye.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If your windows, entry door, or patio doors haven't been checked in years, they could be costing you, especially as the weather warms up. Schedule a complimentary consultation from Renewal by Andersen. It's a simple and informative visit that gives you real insight. We'll take a look at your current windows and doors, assess the glass and frame condition, and check for drafts. We can also use a heat lamp test to identify exactly where energy might be escaping. You'll get thoughtful recommendations from our experts based on your needs, goals, and budget. And with our virtual design tool, you can even preview new styles right in your space. Improve your home's comfort, boost efficiency, and refresh your curb appeal. It starts with a simple and free visit from Renewal by Andersen. Right now, we're offering amazing financing options for every budget. Schedule a complimentary consultation with us today.
Watch this. It's all 100% real. Witness what happens to this woman's bags under her eyes in an actual time lapse in just minutes. Nothing has been doctored or tampered with. The very real problem will disappear before your eyes and hers with a revolutionary topical formulation that works in just minutes, and the effects will last for hours and hours. Over 1 million people are using this topical technique to visually reduce puffiness and bags. It works on sagging jowls, even fine lines and wrinkles on the face and forehead. Introducing Plexiderm. In just minutes, you can restore and beautify your face, even look years younger. And the look will last all day or all evening.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just in love with the mirror right now.
Jump on board and say yes to this amazing $14.95 Prove It Plexiderm trial. You'll see why our customers describe Plexiderm with 3 words. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Order right now. We'll pay your shipping. Operators are standing by.
I see it. I like it. I want it. Yes, I do. Said I need it.
With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids' independence.
Yes, I do need you.
And parental notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're using it.
Still on budget.
Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Actually looking forward to some rain this weekend. Not only we need it, I need to clean some closets, and I am behind on that.
An excuse to stay inside.
Exactly.
Looking good. All right, well, don't forget the NBA Finals is next, and we will be right back here with a special edition of 4 News Now after the game. Maybe Sydney will be right.
Oh, Game 7 maybe?
Game 7?
I hope so.
We're hoping.
See ya.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.